We're going to talk about is a sleep schedule called the Uberman Sleep Schedule. Uberman, Uberman. Now, how I came upon finding the Uberman was in a book, and this book I'll give you a little bit later. It was the key factor for me buying the book was finding this one page with something called polyphasic sleeping. And what polyphasic sleeping is a different type of sleeping compared to what we're used to. And what we're used to is something called monophasic, where we sleep for 8 hours, an 8-hour chunk, and we get maybe 2 hours of REM sleep in that, and we get a large amount of just unconsciousness. What that unconsciousness is used for, we don't know. Now, what the Uberman is all about is about taking that unconsciousness and putting that into productivity, into accomplishing things, having more waking time. The biggest thing that I hear people complain about is, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. I'm so busy. And what is that about? What is that about? If we wanted to take action to solve that, we would look into things like what we're looking at today, which is the Uberman Sleep Schedule. So what the Uberman Sleep Schedule is, I'm going to show you a little diagram of this, and then I'll give you my story about it. Currently I'm on day 3 right now. I have a tracking chart that I'm tracking sort of the results of my of the sleep schedule, and I'll take a look at that, and then I'll give you my results of where I'm at so far. Okay, so this is an example. This was the key page that got me to pick up this book, which is probably larger than the Bible, and some would actually call it their Bible. So here what we have is, this is monophasic, and this is a graph showing you the different REM states that you're in. You have like 4 REM states, and you have a large chunk. The gray is the REM states, and the darker gray is the unconsciousness. Now, this is the monophasic sleep. Some would call this, term this the waste. I did quotes there, the waste. This is polyphasic sleep right here. This is what they do in Mexico, where they have a chunk of sleep at night, and then they do something called a siesta after lunch. You guys are familiar with that. This is another type of monophasic sleep. Let me just, so I can read this. And it goes down from the siesta to something called the Everyman 2, Everyman 3, Everyman 4, and then something way down at the bottom for experienced people only is, or crazy people, is the Uberman. And what we're talking about is 2 total hours of sleep with the Uberman Sleep Schedule. And the advantage to this, as I calculated it out, was, and this is going to blow your mind, of what this will actually do. So those of you who are complaining about not having enough time, I mean, seriously, I would recommend looking into this. Okay, so in my case, what I was finding using a free-range type of sleep, and free-range sleep is referencing going to sleep and then waking up when you're done sleeping. I was averaging about 9 hours. That was what I was finding was adequate for me to feel completely rested. And punching that into a calculator, in comparison to 9 hours of sleep every day, if you sleep 7, the results are going to be less substantial. In my case, going from 9 hours to the Uberman Sleep Schedule, which is broken into 6 20-minute naps spread out evenly throughout the day. So every 4 hours, you do a 20-minute nap. Every 4 hours, 20-minute nap. The advantage to this for me, and if you had 9 hours sleep, is I would have in 1 year's time 255 extra hours, which translates into 106 extra days per year. 360, 471 would be my average year. You'd have 365, I'd have 471. Think about that one. An extra 15.21 weeks per year, or an extra 3.5 months using this schedule. which translates into 0.29 years. Like, think about that. An extra 3.5 months. That's ridiculous. So that's an advantage to that, to the Uberman sleep schedule. Currently I'm on day number 3. And my results for this have been phenomenal. Now, what's happened is, like with any changing schedule, there is going to be a setup time that's involved, and I'm just accepting that that's what it is. You know, I was never very good at getting up at my alarm clock anyways, so we're shifting a lot here. What we've got, for me anyways, is day number 1, I went through it, and my second, my nap at about, it was like a 3:30 in the morning nap. I woke up, and was like, making decisions with a tired mind is not a good thing, okay? So I went back to sleep, and I slept an extra 2.5 hours, so total sleep time that day was about 5 hours. The day after that was perfect throughout the day when it's light, and then I got an extra chunk. So this one was actually a little bit longer. I didn't have an alarm clock. I didn't set the alarm clock. Instead, I decided to I'm just going to free range it today, and of course, obviously, I made that decision when I was tired, when I had just woken up. Not the best time to be making decisions, and that one extended out as well. So that worked out to about 6.5 hours total sleep for the day. So still, I'm averaging an extra 3 hours per day based on this schedule. And the other nice thing that I notice about it is that it breaks the day up into chunks. So instead of having, you know, you sleep for 8 or 9 hours, and then you have 16, 15 hours where you're awake, that can seem like it can run together, and there can be like 5 hours that seems to disappear, you know, when time runs really fast. Well, what I've noticed with this is that I go for a nap, and that breaks up the time period, and I wake up and I'm up. Now I've got, you know, 3.5, 4 hours, a chunk of time, and I can set goals. So this chunk I want to accomplish this. This chunk I want to accomplish this. And it is extremely effective for breaking things down, accomplishing goals. And like, man, for those of you who have a lot of books to read as well, like, I got so many books that I want to read, and my excuse was there's not enough time. So, so much for that. So this is my introduction to the Uberman sleep cycle. I'm going to put some resources down below where you can do some research on your own and check out and see if this is for you. I'm also going to document this Uberman experiment over the coming weeks and show you exactly how it is. If I'm feeling tired, you'll notice the videos I look like shit. And if I'm feeling, you know, really well, you're going to see that as well. And I might even show you my tracking chart as well. So enjoy, and if you're looking to do the Uberman, test it out. At the very least, the least amount of gain that you're going to get from this is you'll have a better understanding of what your sleep cycle actually is. You'll have a better understanding of how little sleep you actually need to function well, to function very well, and still have the maximum amount of time in your day. Thanks for watching. Take care.